Nasubukan mo na bang magduyan, mag-wakeboarding, mag-swing? Ang mga ito ay nag-a-apply sa second condition o equilibrium na tinatawag na translational equilibrium. Paano nga ba i-compute yung tensions doon sa halimbawa duyan? Paano kukunin yung tension force dun sa string ng duyan? For you to know, gusto mo malaman, well, panoorin mo ang video lesson na ito ni Sir Fox. At kung bago ka sa channel ni Sir Fox, sana huwag mong kalimutang mag-subscribe at i-hit ang notification bell on para maging updated ka sa mga susunod kong video lessons. Happy learning, everyone! For today's video, pag-uusapan niya po natin yung conditions of equilibrium. The first condition of equilibrium states that for an object to be in translational equilibrium, the vector sum of the other forces acting on it must be zero. So, ibig sabihin, our first condition of equilibrium is translational equilibrium. From the word translation, defined as or mathematically expressed as the summation of F or force is equals to mass times acceleration on the horizontal plane, which is equal to 0. Which means for a body to be in equilibrium, the resultant force in X and Y direction must be equal to 0. Or expressed mathematically as the summation of f of x is equal to 0 and the summation of f of y is equal to 0. Translational equilibrium is the state of an object of which no net force acts on it. The object is at rest or even moving at a constant speed in a straight line. And a body is translational equilibrium, or a body in translational equilibrium has zero net force and zero acceleration. Take note for that. That's the first condition of equilibrium. Dapat zero yung net force at zero rin yung acceleration. Let us have this example. For instance, this girl is 110 pounds, sits on the midpoint of hammock, 10 feet long. So itong hammock, itong duyan, ay 10 feet ang haba nito. 10 feet yan. Okay? Alam mo ba yung 10 feet? 10 feet. Okay? 10 feet yung haba. If the hammock sag 2 feet. So, paano kung itong hammock or duyan nagsag ng ulitin natin, hindi pwedeng ganyan, dapat straight. Yan. Nagsag ng 2 feet. Below the point of support, find the tension on the string. So, hahanapin natin ngayon yung tension ng string ng duyan. Kasi nagsag siya ng 2 feet. Hanapin natin yung tension 1 at yung tension 2. Pero dito, titingnan po natin yung angle of elevation. So, kukunin muna natin yung angle na yan and yung angle na yan. Okay? So, para po natin makuha yung angle, so dito probably we will review your trigonometric functions. Yung SOHCAHTOA. Naalala nyo ba yung SOHCAHTOA? SOHCAHTOA. So, ibig pong sabihin, sine is equals to the opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent or adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent is equal to opposite over adjacent. So, para po makuha na po natin yung angle na to, so kukunin po natin yung kanyang, kung ito yung ating, ito yung kinukuha po natin eh. So, we will use what? Opposite over adjacent. Now, since ito po ay 10 feet, itong haba ng ating hamo, at once na nagsag, probably, equal naman yung ano niyan eh. Pagiging equal yung kanyang weight distribution. So, we will assume na yung haba nung papunta dito sa kaliwa, yan, ang haba nito, papunta dito, at ang haba dito, papunta dito, ay gagawin po natin tig 5 feet. So, magiging 5 feet. Bakit naging 5 feet? Kasi nga, pag nagsag naman yan, probably sa center of gravity siya magsasag. Yeah? Sa center of gravity siya maglulundo. So 5 feet sa kabila, 5 feet din dito. Sundan? Ayan. So para po makuha natin yung angle nito, gamitan natin ng tangent SOHCAHTOA, which is opposite over adjacent. Okay? Okay? So for theta, I don't know how to get the theta. Ano ba to? Hindi. Now, so let's assume that this is theta is equal to, oops, wait lang, is equal to the inverse of opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent. Adjacent. Okay? So that is equal to your opposite of this angle is 2 feet. 2 over your adjacent is 5. And therefore, theta is equal to 0.4 inverse tangent of 0.4 is equals to 21.8 degrees. So this is your theta 21.8 degrees. Ngayon, pwede na nating makuha yung tension 1 of this string and tension 2. So, paano po natin kukunin yung tension 1 and tension 2? To get that, we will use the formula. Tingnan po muna natin yung sa x coordinates, yung horizontal coordinates niya. So, that is the summation of f of x is equal to tension 1 syempre x plus tension 2 x plus yung weight niya. And this is equal to, your tension 1 is equal to the inverse of tension 1 mo is equal to negative T sub 1. Since ang ano po natin dito, ang kinukuha is ito. Itong part na yan. Itong part. So probably yung angle dito is 21.18. 21.18 din po dito. So ang hinahanap natin ngayon is itong part. And this part is adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay? So tension 1 is equals to cosine 21.8, yung nakuha po nating angle, degrees, plus yung tension 2, cosine pa rin, kasi para sila ng position, do opposite, cosine 21.8. Extend natin dito para kitang-kita mga kapuso. Tapos, since ang weight niya, ang pinag-uusapan po natin dito is horizontal position, therefore, ang weight niya is equal to 0. Wala namang weight na pa-horizontal. Usually, ang weight pa vertical. Tama? Okay. And this is equal to cosine negative 21 is equal to 0.98. So negative, let's say t, a negative t sub 1, 0.928. I-close natin. Plus t sub 2, 0.928. Okay? Para makuha natin yung value, itong isa, lipat natin to dito. ito, ilipat natin dito. Diba? So, ang mangyayari, magiging ganito na. So, ito negative, magiging positive. T1 times 0.928 is equal to T2 times 0.928. Therefore, your T1 is equal to your T sub 2. So, kaya tinawag siyang translational. Now, this is for X component. Pag-usapan naman po natin yung Y component niya. So, ang magiging Y component niya, same process, pero towards the Y component naman or vertical position. So, therefore, for your Y component, you have the summation of Y, of F sub Y, summation of F of Y, small y lang, is equal to T1Y, natin, T1Y plus T2Y plus W. Dito, magbabago na. Siyempre, bakit? Vertical na yan eh. Magkakaroon na ng value yung W mo. So, therefore, this is equal to a substitution. At this point, since ang pinag-uusapan na po natin, yung kanyang vertical component na, so gagamit po tayo dito ng opposite over adjacent. Opposite over adjacent. So for your Ty, you have sine of syempre T1 muna. T1 sine of 21.8 plus sine of at T2 sine of 21.8 plus yung kanyang weight is equal to, since ito ay nagsag nga, kumbaga sumobra dun sa dito, di ba, sumobra supposedly ito. So mangyayari, magiging negative yung kanyang position dahil lumagpas nga siya dito sa dapat iyan lang. At since lumagpas, magiging negative 110 pounds. Okay? So this is equal now to yung sine ng 21.8 is T1 times 0.371 plus T2 0.371 plus yung weight niya na negative 1, 1, 0 lbs or pounds. lbs. Now, since yung ating T1 and T2 ay parehas lang, so ililipat natin ito. Ang T1 and T2 natin ay parehas lang, 0.371. Ilipat natin ito dito sa side na yan. Okay? So, magiging this will become now 110 pounds is equal to, since pares lang yung ating T1 and T2, so let's say here 2T times 0.371. Okay? And therefore, if we will divide, therefore 110 pounds PS over 2 is equal to, it's T1 times 0.371. And therefore, kung hahatiin po natin itong 110 pounds, kasi nga 'di ba ito ay siyempre yung kalahating bigat nito nandito, kalahating bigat ay nandito. So for your T1, for the vertical axis, probably you will have a, for T1 for T1, you will have 55 lbs over 0.371, which is equal to 148.25 pounds. Ayan. And probably, same true with T2. Since T2 is equals to T1 is equals to T2, probably your T2 is is equal also to 148.25 pounds. Why? Dahil si T1 is equal to T2. Okay? So this is what you call as translational equilibrium. So translational equilibrium is the state of an object of which no net force acts on it, which means that the object is at rest or even moving at a constant speed in straight line. And this is a translational equilibrium in which there is zero net force and zero acceleration.